Roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Dallas Cowboys.
Here we go.
First carry for Leonard Fournette. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Locke. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
To throw again on 2nd down. Luck. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
On first down, Locke. Over the middle here to Brown. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. To throw is Locke. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Luck looks to throw on 3rd and 1. He's going to rifle one deep left. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Kill. Watch the curl. 58's the money. 58's the money. Here we go, D.
Prescott to throw it. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Schultz. And this will be a pickup of 4 here, up to their own 20.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Kill. 47. 26.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 85 yards. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
50. Mike, 58, right there. Watch the back, watch the back. And 58 is the Mike. Go 58 is the Mike. Rip right, rip right.
Here's Prescott. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake, but I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get.
And Brown's got it for a Chiefs touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
The extra point up and good. And it's now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
21-0 our score after one. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Wide. Fresno. 25. Check 25.
On second down, Elliott. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
58, come on. 47. 58, right over there.
Prescott now. Over the middle, complete. It's Schultz. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. A first down carry by Elliott. They find some open field here. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. A big run that time by Elliott. 57 yards. From the red zone now, Prescott. And it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Kevin Byard up to make the tackle. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Off of play action. Luck. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is caught at the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 77 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Prescott from the gun on third. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it, and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
A shotgun snap for Love. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Marquise Brown on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. The extra point up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now Prescott. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. There he goes, Amari Cooper. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, 83 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely
rush coming, and he's taken down. Taco Charlton just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. coming up at halftime. We remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
After the sack on first down, Luck, he's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there for KC. 62 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They'll try the right side here with Fournette. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
You ain't going nowhere. 11Z.
Now it's Locke. Caught, Kelsey, left side. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Looking to throw. Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. On 2nd down, Prescott again. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long.
Baby, that's a baby shot. Check 99. Check 99. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, hey. Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Prescott from the gun. And the pressure gets to him again. It was Breland Speaks getting home to the quarterback that time. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Dak and the offense still out there. They are going to go for it.
Go, get out there.
On fourth, they do snap it to Prescott. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Alex Okafor. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Butker's kick here is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
And a short kick, taking it about the 16. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A second down throw for Prescott. Throwing right, and that's complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Now Elliott. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Running with Elliott. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Elliott. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. This one to Jarwin over the middle. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 26. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 26-yard line. To throw is Prescott. And he finds his target. It's Schultz. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. A gain of 6 there on 1st. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Now Prescott. That is caught inside the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Come on. 46. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Crunch time, defense.
6 guard, check 6 guard.
Here's Prescott. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
What do you want?
Here we go, 46. Here
we go, 58, boys, 58. 58, Mike.
Under.
On 2nd and goal, Prescott. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
It's a gain of 5.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Luck. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Taco Charlton able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
And the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. Play action. It's Locke. And he'll be out right at the 35. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here.
It's a gain of 17 yards. 1st down, Chiefs.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back now in Arlington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. They'll fake it. Now Luck. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Luck now to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He's got a man complete. 20, 10, 5. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 78 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drive stretch is insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Watch the run.
Throwing, Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Newton. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 14 on that one, and a first down. Prescott now, perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Check. Deuce. Kill.
Prescott. He'll buy some time right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Hey, watch the ball.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott, throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 43. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Prescott to throw it. Throw left side complete. That's Newton. They'll get 13 yards for the 2nd play in a row. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Mike's 50.
They're going to look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Newton. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
47.
Prescott yet again. The tight end Jarwin with it out on the left side. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Elliott running right. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th.
All day. Mike's 50.
Prescott to throw on 4th. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Cameron Jordan. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned.
It got his man complete. The 30, past the 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Early on, you hit on it. Needing to avoid the big play. Easier said than done, though. There's a big touchdown.
Yeah, but the big thing is when he does get his catches, you've got to tackle him and get him on the ground. Obviously, weren't able to do it on that one.
No problem there on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Get ready.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week? Under pressure, they got him again. Tyrann Mathieu, normally known for the pass coverage, this time a sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Prescott. Now in desperation. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Darren Lee charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. Now they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gray. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 2.
And 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. All day, man.
One last shot now for Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Chiefs, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And another road date awaits them next week as their opponents will be the Los Angeles Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.